Yo, stop fronting and use your head.
Wake up, America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.
Imagine a nation, rich beyond imagination, overflowing with influence, power and pride. A land where the
Wake up, America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.
Praise AHAYAH. Children of Israel are here. Mount Hor. We're going inside the tomb to pray for our brother Aaron. Holy land, Qadash. We are in Qadash. And as you know, Mount Hor is at the border of the children of Israel heritage. So we're still within the borders, but this is one of the borders.
Qadash, AHAYAH, sham, AHAYAH, Malak with Ka, Thabat Zawanka, Hayasha, Baharatza, Kawahaya, Bashamaya, Nathan Lanawa, Lakan Kayawan, Wasalat Nawa, Khawaf Nawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kawaf Nawa, Thabayan Nawa, Minasaya Wapamba, Hawashin Nawa, Mayarai, Kayalaka, Hamlakwas, Wahala, Wahasaparas, Wa'awalam,
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory. Amen. Praise the Messiah.
All glory and praise to AHAYAH, Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach.
Shalom, Israel. Praise AHAYAH, Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. Welcome to Nappy Chronicles. This is where Nappy Chronicles is the children of Israel awakening up to the truth of who we are, the true Jews. And that's the whole concept behind Nappy Hair Chronicles. And some people don't like the name Nappy, they feel it's derogatory or this and that. But I know, my hair, when I try to comb it, it's nappy. So, okay, so guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. But guys, it's been drama. So I tried to come on yesterday. I was trying for 2 hours, trying to come on. The internet would not start. I'm at an internet cafe right now, so I had to bring my laptop and all this stuff here, even the mic, because the sound is always wrong. Yeah, I've been going through it. So it's very hard for me to log in, especially at my house. And listen, guys, let me show you. I even bought a brand new internet. I just want to show y'all. This is brand new. I just bought it, and it didn't even work yesterday at my house. So I had to come to internet cafe. So praise AHAYAH. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here. I'm not sure how long I will stay, but I just wanted to come on because, I just wanted to come on and talk. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of news and things. So praise AHAYAH. So first thing I want to say, you see the thumbnail. I wanted to really chime in, but I didn't really want to go too far in depth with this because I feel like it's major coverage, and it's family and the what's the other name? Nolan Wells, his mother and the father. My heart goes out to them. It's a horrible thing, and I can't even imagine. So I don't want to be insensitive or sound insensitive or come off insensitive, but I'm going from a biblical standpoint, and all the charades that's going on with this case, and this is how it always, as much as technology as we have, much as information, all these things. It's like we're in the time with back in the 60s. It's like we can't figure nothing out. Nobody knows anything. It's just total foolishness in regards of how they're handling this case. It's just a circus, guys. And we have to come to the grips that these people are playing with our intelligence. I mean, come on, guys. And even with the lawyers, that's why I'm like, come on. How long are we going to play this game of charades with these people? So the Bible tells us that they deal with sorcery and all kind of witchcraft, and for us not to deal with the things that they deal with. It's bottom line. And so, here we are with all these internet sleuths. You got all these people on the internet. Everybody's got an idea. They're talking about it. But everybody's tiptoeing around the fact that it is most likely 9 times out of 10, it was a sacrifice. Okay? And the more coverage it gets, the more, that's why this thing is so much coverage, is so big, because it's their sacrifice. And it's 250 years for the American, America, and the 4th of July and the big shebang. And then they do this big, huge sacrifice with all this media coverage. Everything is blocked out because of this media coverage. Right? Not yet. I'm coming. Not yet. No, I want to keep it. Yeah. Okay, everything is blacked out. He wants me to order something. I told him I was going to order, but I'll wait. The media did black out. Nothing, you can't hear about nothing else, all because this sacrifice have to go through. And it's so amazing to me how they go to great lengths to sacrifice to their power. This is their gods who they sacrifice. They go to great lengths, even so much so that we have to get involved. Our energy, just like when what's his name, slapped Chris Rock, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That was a sacrifice, and it was a humiliation ritual, and they performed these type of rituals. And I did a video about it. It talks about when the king slaps somebody. There's a big ritual around that slapping and the humiliation ritual. And it's the same thing with this situation where they do a sacrifice huge to their gods because they want to keep the children of Israel under subjection. So they have to do these sacrifices. so that we would still be under subjection. And our people just like woo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. They don't have no clue. Everybody was talking about it is racially motivated, yes, but it's on a higher, much higher level than what we think. These people, and you know what? I wanted to show that young boy. I think his name is Warren. He talks about it. He says it like you have no idea who you're dealing with. He threatened, I think, Ben Crump, and now the father is suing Ben Crump. The nerve of these people, like they just know they're right, and at all costs they know that they're not going to lose. They know they're right, and this is just the stance that they take. And our people, we just don't want to believe the levels in which these people operate. We just want to think that, okay, it was a racially motivated, killing. That's as far as we will go. And the majority of our people don't even want to believe that. A lot of people online, I don't know if they're paid, by certain people to go online and say certain things, because it looks that way as well. Like even our people are paid, people, these influencers are paid to, push a certain narrative. It's just all across yeah. Yeah. All across the board, it's just the same narrative. They go through one, extreme to the other guys. And this is what it is. And we don't want to face the fact that it's straight up sorcery. Just like you see a whole bunch of killings. At one time, a couple of years ago, it was like a massive killings of black men killing their significant others. It was just like one after another, one after another. Now we're seeing a whole bunch of black people getting drowned and murdered, So they have the sign on, they conjure up these demon spirits and all kind of wickedness and sorcery. And then all these things start happening and nobody puts two and two together. And so we're getting all these killings now of these young men now, because 2 years ago it was women getting killed by their boyfriends, one after another. It was a constant thing. Now it's this, and it's 250 years of America, so they have to pull out all the stops on the sorcery, the witchcraft, and do whatever they have to do to keep the children of Israel still in Babylon, because they're going to destroy that place. Our people, because Judah is the head tribe, sitting in Babylon, they are going to destroy that place. They got agents, there is no, stops on how far they will go to do what they're doing, because Esau does not want to lose. And our people have to wake up and snap out of it and get out of America. Like, how much of this type of stuff do you need to see to know and believe that this is utterly witchcraft and sorcery and all kind of stuff? And not to mention that a lot of our people are dealing with this witchcraft. Even our people are delving into this witchcraft. We have, and this is what the Bible talks about. It tells us not to do these things. Don't sacrifice your kids. Don't put your children through the fire. And the fire is sacrifice. Okay? And so people will do these things. All the stars do it. All these famous people have to sacrifice. They all do it. And everybody plays dumb. And they act like, oh, they're so destroyed. They lost this one, that one. They're destroyed. They can't handle it. And people just eat it up, hook, line, and sinker. It's witchcraft and it's sorcery and it's straight wickedness. And we are not to partake in these things. And you, by rule, you're partaking in it. You're partaking in it because you're sitting in Babylon and you're trying to act like it's not going on. So you by default, you're partaking in it. That's why the Most High said, come out of her, my people. And people try to make up the excuse, oh, it means spiritually. You can't come out of that stuff that they got going on in America spiritually. You're inundated with witchcraft. You're inundated with this wickedness. Okay? And the scriptures tell you. I'll just quickly read, a scripture. Let me see. I can see what's there. Okay, Shalom, Dalin. He says that they don't know these people are the occult. Yeah, Dalin or Dylan. They all paid, right, sister? You ain't lying. Praise the high, yeah. And it's witchcraft. It is. It is what it is. It's straight witchcraft. These people are paid off, and then our people are sitting back waiting for certain results, and you're not getting any, and you're wondering why you're not getting and seeing the results you expect to see. Oh, this one is caught. They blatantly lying on TV. I mean, on the internet, they're like the Warren boy. He interviewed blatantly lying, getting caught in lies, and you would think something this they caught him, this is on the TV, just all this hype to get nothing. Okay, so I wanted to just bring that out, and I wanted to put it on that level. Now, please like, share, and subscribe, guys. I get like 5 views now. They really like pushing my you know, my views and things down. The algorithm don't pick up. So if you can help me out, just hit the like button, subscribe, make a comment, share it. Just move it along, move it around, so people can see the thumbnails. That's why I put that thumbnail like that, so people can see and get it out there, because everybody want to focus on the racial aspect, and it is racial, but it's more spiritual than anything. Yes, it's racial because Esau is destroying Jacob at this point, but it's also spiritual. The Bible says we fight not against flesh and blood. It's more spiritual than anything, because they are trying to uplift their gods right now. They're trying to use all these things to keep the children of Israel still, and you know burning up. They got air conditioning on, but it's not doing too much. But you know what I brought? And if I can find it, see if I can find it. Hold on. I did it. I bought it. I'll find it. Hold on, give me a second. My face. It's hot in really cheap looking. I'm like, ooh, this is so cute. Oh, that feels amazing, guys. Okay, so I keep looking down, guys. Please forgive me, but the camera is up here, so I don't want to, just throw you guys off. But ooh, that feels so good. And the air is warm, but it's still very warm. I don't know how warm it is in the States, but I think you guys are dealing with a heat wave too, or either Europe, somebody. Anyway, so I really wanted to talk about, but let me just quickly read this scripture about, and y'all know it because I use the scripture a lot, but it just gives you an idea. And it's in Revelations, so that's in time. The Most High is warning us about the things to come, the things that's happening, and the things that will happen, so that you can understand. So, although we know that the Nolan Wells case is a racially motivated case, but please don't let them incite you and rile you up, because they're trying to promote race wars. And that prophecy of nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, that been passed a long time ago. And I always say that so that people won't think, oh, we're in the part of the Bible where the time is not yet. Nation will rise against nation. but the time is not yet. No, that prophecy passed a long time ago. We are at the very end, brothers and sisters. So I urge you to get out of Babylon. I urge you to get within the borders. Jordan is the safe place. If you have not heard, there is a safe place. You see destruction coming, and you must know to leave. There is a place. The Most High said he will protect those found within his borders. Okay, but let me just read the Revelations 18 that says, every foul spirit and unclean and hateful bird is locked in Babylon. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen with you so that you guys can read along with me. So you can, I'm just not talking just to be talking. Okay. Okay, here we are. It's Revelations 18 and 2. Okay. And let me see. Let me see which one. Okay. And I have to make a bigger one in 1 second so you guys can see it. Yes. You might have to make your screen bigger so that you can really see it. Okay, but we're going to start at Revelations 18 and 2. The Most High said, and he cried a mighty, I'll start at 1 just so you can see. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily, a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's very significant. This is the end times, and this is one of the angels crying out, talking about the state of Babylon. America is modern day Babylon, okay? And it's talking about what the state is, every foul spirit, because they have been conjuring up, just like y'all know with the CERN, they have been conjuring up so many demons, so much wickedness, everything in their award shows, their programming, all these things, they're conjuring up these spirits because they are using their gods to fight against our power, Christ and AHAYAH and Yashaya. They're using these spirits to, so they need to keep the children of Israel under subjection, under their rule, okay? And so this is why they must use this sorcery. They must conjure up these demons. They must use all these things and everything in their power, even though it's not going to work. But the scriptures tell us that Babylon the Great will be destroyed because of all these things, and because of how they killed the prophets. Just like how they killed Nolan Wells, they hanged these people on trees. That's probably why his neck was not with him. It's because they probably did some kind of ritual of hanging or something that, unalived him, and now they don't want to, it's very telling. So, and they're just going to say, oh, we're not giving the neck back, just like that. They closed the investigation on that part of, or whatever they did. But, constantly reminding the children of Israel that you have no wins in this situation. Because why? AHAYAH said, come out of her, my people. That's what the Most High told you to do. He said, come out of her. Get out. You can't fight up against all the wickedness that they're conjuring up on you. So it's not your fight. You have to just leave. Okay? And that's what the Most High tells us to do. That's why. And that's why, I come before you, because all these things are constant reminders, brothers and sisters. Constant reminders that the Most High is telling you, come out of her, my people. And he's telling you to come out because you can't win, this fight. You can't act like, oh, I just come out of her spiritually. You can't. They're conjuring up all kind of demons, all kind of witchcraft. They're doing way above and beyond than what you're even capable of defending yourself. You cannot. That's why the Most High said, come out of my people. You're subjecting yourself to the demons and the sorceries and the witchcraft and all the stuff of the Chaldeans that they talk about all through the scriptures. You're subjecting yourself to this stuff. So you have to come out, brothers and sisters. The point is. So I really wanted to bring that one scripture to you about how heavy the sorcery and witchcraft is. There is so much that the Most High tells you every foul spirit, unclean and hateful bird is caged. It's like a vortex. They use those buildings, you know how they said, like Washington, D.C. has spirits all around, and it's all throughout the United States. That's what it's built on. Praise Yashaya. So you must understand what you're dealing with. You're not just doing, the battle you think you're fighting is so much more on a higher level than you can even fathom or you can imagine, brothers and sisters. And what they're doing, they are way ahead of us because we were asleep all these years because of the curses that the Most High put upon us. We didn't understand. So now we just getting, some information. But best believe that it's way above your fathoming. You can't fathom how entrenched this is with wickedness, devil worship, sorcery and witchcraft. You can't imagine. And this is why the Most High specifically tells you to come out of her, my people. Get out of Babylon. Jordan is a safe place. Okay? And I just wanted to reiterate that so that you can understand. Hold on. See how you see this thing is just acting up. The internet is really, really bad. Even where I live is really bad. I couldn't even come on yesterday. I was trying, like I said before, trying to come up, and it would not come up. So I'm at an internet cafe today, and I just wanted to come before you and speak and tell you to get out of Babylon. If y'all want to know what's going on in Jordan, because you hear so much. And guys, I don't know what the propaganda is all about, but I'm sure it's because they don't want you to come to Jordan. They want you to be afraid. I can't tell you the last time I heard a siren. I think when the summers just started, when they first started the war, and I was telling you, I heard sirens, I was hearing sirens. Excuse me, hold on. That was the last, probably not in the month of July at all. I think in June, it may have early June. So they're trying to act like, we're getting hit, and they said a few bases got hit. They even said people got killed here in Jordan. And y'all, I just want to say, the most, they tell you, believe none of what you hear and half of what you even see with your own eyes. That's an old, saying. Believe none of what you hear, no hearsay, and believe half of what you see. Even if you see it with your own eyes, you need to question it, because you can see now with the AI and all the stuff that they got going on. They created this stuff so that they can cause these type of delusions, that they can make you think something is happening when it's not even really happening. So I'm here in Jordan, and I can't say that nobody died here, but I find it really funny that every time they say soldiers got killed here, like I think not this time, but the last time, it was like black people. And I just thought it was odd because it was like 2 black soldiers or something. That was months ago. And they talking about 2 black soldiers. Yeah, it's not even that many black people even here in Jordan. So it's always seems to be people of color who are getting disposed of. I don't know how this is happening. The last time they said soldiers got killed, one girl, she was Puerto Rican. Still the children of Israel. Her name was Gonzalez. Her last name was Gonzalez. And I'm paying attention because it's always some black people. And I just was like, and I know this is being put out there so our people can fare you can be afraid that, oh, don't go to Jordan. Oh, it's a lot of propaganda going on, brothers and sisters. And I'm telling you, I'll be the first to tell you, because you see, I put on my tent, like you look at my videos, and when I told you entertainment, I just put up my tent and did a whole, another video of an old video together, when I brought my tent, just reminded, because y'all know, if it gets too serious, that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in the wilderness somewhere in my tent. So best believe, praise AHAYAH by Yashaya, that's where it's going, and that's where I'm going to be. But I'm telling you, as of this point, right now, where it stands in Jordan, there's no sirens going off. There's nothing. Everybody's going on with their lives, and they're going to do that anyway, because that's what they do. I mean, they used to, this region having some kind of conflicts and things like that, and they're usually not too affected. Praise the higher, because I believe that the higher, Most High, got his finger on the pulse here. When the uprisings and all that stuff is going on, Jordan wasn't affected. So it's very little that Jordan, not saying that there's Bible prophecy that Christ is going to take down, you know, Hold on, guys. The other page went down, so give me a second. I got this camera on mute, so give me a second while I bring up the other camera, because otherwise it will feed back. So that's why I'm just going to tell you this. But my other camera went down, so I'm going to pull it back up, and I'm going to cut this camera off, just to let you guys know. Okay, so it's back. So I just really want y'all to know that, I'm here in Jordan. I'm paying attention to everything, and I'm just telling you, there's no bombs and no sirens, none of that is going on right now. Yeah. I'm telling you to just don't let people deceive our people, because this is all about us, guys. Y'all gotta know, it's all about us. And everything is geared towards for us to be afraid, not to want to come to Jordan, not to want to make a move, keeping you still, making you afraid. And I hear, like when I talk to friends and family, it's always like, I don't want to get my head cut off, or I don't want to get bombed up. I ain't coming to Jordan. I mean, people are just like emphatic about not coming to Jordan. Why? Because of all the propaganda that they're putting out. First, it was with the ISIS and cutting off people's heads, and they did that for years. Now it's this, the war, and then every now and again you'll hear a base was hit in Jordan, and then when you finally see who got killed, it's always some black people. I'm like, it ain't even that many black people here to be, for them to always be black people who got hit somewhere. Okay? But, I can't say definitely, emphatically it didn't happen, but I'm just here every day living, and you ain't seen a whole lot of black people like that. Our people are here. Most of our people are in the cut quiet, those who came out. Because you see, there ain't nobody coming on video saying, hey, y'all, people ain't nothing. We ain't doing none of that. Our people is just hiding in the cut. Okay? Hold on. Shalom. Michelle White, praise AHAYAH, good to see you. He said, wrestling with not flesh and blood, but with principalities and wickedness, rulers of darkness in high places. Yes, praise AHAYAH. Exactly. That's what's going on. And yet, we just got to know that these people don't want you. This is the place they don't want you to make it to. Guys, this is what they don't want. So they're going to do everything in your power. And I just really wish our people understood the severity of what's going on. Y'all really got to understand. It's all geared towards us. That's why they're killing these black men. And, even influence, y'all. Have y'all been paying attention? Like, these influencers are dying. A lot of people are passing away. And to me, I liken it as they plucking people off one by one. You know, they're doing it because they don't want to act like there's a war, because they don't want you to totally rise up. They don't want you rising up. But if they can inconspicuously pick pick people off, this one down, you know, this is what they're doing. And especially any influence who make a lot of money, you get into that $1 million club, they cutting these people off because they're not gonna allow them, you know, unless they go along with the program. And some of them, they're not even initiating them into it. They take them out because they don't, you know, some people just ain't welcome. A lot of these people who they're allowed into the $1 million club and stuff like that, a lot of them be of a certain bloodline anyway, so they will allow them in. But best believe, if they don't feel that you're a right cut, they're not gonna let you in. Just start wiping people out, and this is what they've been doing. It's all darkness, y'all. And you know, so just like with the girl, actually, Janae case, what happened? All that hooting and hollering, now it's dead. And the same thing here. They doing this, it's a big rah, Nolan Wells. And then all of a sudden happen and this get pushed under the rug. And I believe the reason why it's so much and so high level, you know, is because it was the 250th anniversary for the 4th of July for America. That's why, because this is what the spiritual push is, that we are engaged. We give this engagement, and this is what fuels them and their God. We're all partaking in this foolishness, and I don't mean to call it foolishness, but I'm just saying, if it is a sacrifice, then it's foolishness, because it's coming naught, because their power and their gods can't do nothing when it comes to AHAYAH and Yashaya. But we are kept engaged. And our people are just hook, line, and sinker, eating this crap up, not understanding that even our people too are sacrificing to their gods. And that's why I had the last week put that picture up of Ben Crump, so that y'all can see the hand signs. And that was the picture they was using all through social media, letting everybody know that he, you know, what side he's on. Because this is what they have to do. They have to throw up the man side. And I keep telling you, that's why I tell you with the Elder Lakar and all these Hebrew Israelites that you see pictures of, the Rawach putting them up. Them throwing up them hand signs, it's clear. You know what side they're on. Even though now they doing a whole lot of shuffling and jiving and acting and trying to play it off like they all about AHAYAH or about the Most High. With the Nolan case, everybody's playing their part, trying to act like, oh, I want justice, and they brought Al Sharpton out. Wow, we haven't seen him in a long time. But for the 250th anniversary, they brought out Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson, you know, he had already passed away, so they couldn't use him. But they dug out Al Sharpton, all right, because this was a big one. So we'll watch this whole thing play out. And listen, if it gets too noticeable, they will have a scapegoat. They'll even go as far as to have a scapegoat. And the Most High opened my eyes to it, because I was smack dab in my awakening. I was right in the middle of the Most High waking me up, this and that, when Jennifer Hudson, whole family got massacred for her spank. And then you know what? That's why you still see Jennifer Hudson still has her show. And Sherry Shepherd, she got canceled because the sacrifice made. Her whole family got wiped out. So she was the darling. She gets picked over. You know, they always try to compare her with Whitney Houston. And, you know, she was in the whole Clive Davis clique as well, because she had to do a huge sacrifice, because they never intended for her to make it, because she didn't she lose? She lost the American Idol, right? She didn't win it. But then, in order for her to get the Dream Girls show, she had to do a major sacrifice. Because one, she probably is not of their bloodline. She wasn't, called or picked. She had to, her whole family had to go. Because they don't want you, they want to isolate you and keep you, only among the elite, their elite and in their club once you're initiated like that. Please don't be deceived with these people, with this shenanigans, the Truman Show. And I mentioned Candace Owens because that's a fiasco too. And as much as I'm all for Candace Owens, she be throwing up them hands. I may not have said nothing too much about it, but I see she too is throwing up hand signs. Slick. And they'll go to great lengths to prove, because now we're waking up. So they got to go up above and beyond, guys, to make it seem real. They have to go above and beyond, because now we're getting slick. We're getting hip to it. Like, that's why I put that up there. 250, yeah, he's a sacrifice, y'all. It ain't about just racial tension. They're trying to make it like a racial thing because they want our people to be rising up, going to the street and protesting. Please tell your family members that it's possibly, even if you don't believe what I'm saying, possibly there's a line, that this is a sacrifice. Ain't got nothing to do with the racial tension they're trying to hype up. These people are sacrificing their children to Moloch. And that case, the father, Warren's father, I think it's Warren his name, or Bert, the Bart guy. The Bart guy, because of what I think, his father's a doctor. The father works in the same hospital as Nolan's Wells' mother. She works in a hospital, so does the father of Bart. So there's a connection there. There's a possible connection there. Okay? And I'm going to say all alleged just for the sake, but there's a possible connection because the father is a doctor. He used to play football as well. And now the son Bart, who they tried to say he wasn't there, which is a lie, because I think I saw the first interview with Warren. If anybody's watching the case, Warren is supposed to be the friend, and he did the interview. He mentioned Bart, a couple of times in the interview, and then, they call him. They all forget the interview is hilarious, but they call him some name. But that black guy who is so whitewashed is ridiculous. Bought and sold. He edited out when Warren mentioned Bart. Now I saw the initial video and I heard him say Bart, my buddy Bart. He said it a couple of times, but now he edited out the black police officer, the coon guy. He edited out so that you couldn't hear Bart. For some reason, they don't want Bart associated with this situation. But I think that thing in the back of his head, I think he kicked him. He's a punter for for football. I believe he kicked him in the back of the head, and that killed him. And you heard it on the videotape. Somebody said, they cursed, dag it, Bart. Like, why'd you have to do that? Because he was already jacked up, laying on the floor or whatever, laid out, and then he probably kicked him, and that's what took him out. And I'm speculating because I'm going by, I watched several videos, I watched a lot of commentators, I watched all of them, Don Lemon, I'm watching all of them, and coming with the different interviews and perspectives, and, they definitely, took him out on that boat, but it was definitely planned. And that's why the grandfather was on the phone calling the captain and told him to stand down, that they don't need help. And you know what else I thought? I have another theory. Check this out for those who are really watching. that situation. The friend, the young half mixed friend, I think his name is Tristan. Tristan. Now, if y'all know the story, in the beginning, before they left and went back home, Tristan was the one who got into a fight, and he was saying that, "Give me back my phone, give me back my." They probably was going to target him. He probably was the target, y'all. Listen, they knew that they was going to do a sacrifice, but I don't think it probably was necessarily Nolan. I think Tristan was the target, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Tristan said he got into a big argument, right? And that's what they caught on video tag. "Give me back my effing phone," or whatever. He was cursing and he was causing an uprising. His uncle, I don't know if his uncle was there with them, because there was a couple of black people, or brown melanated people there. Or he spoke to the uncle or something. Uncle told him to go home, get on the boat, and go home. So that's why he left early. You understand? For those of you who are watching the case, this is my perspective. Tristan, because it's very ironic that both of them had phone issues. So either they're lying that it wasn't Tristan, it was Nolan the whole time. They took his phone and, they were setting it up so that he couldn't even take pictures or call or contact anyone. Or they had did it to Tristan first. But Tristan blew up. He made a big spectacle. He got real ugly and loud. He made a big stink. And so much so that his uncle told him to leave early to get out of there. And he got on the boat and he left and he went home. So he didn't really know all the goings on, when he was interviewed. And they also said that he couldn't have been Nolan's best friend because he knew nothing about really what was going on with Nolan. He didn't know that Nolan and that girl was actually good friends, because they tried to act like that was the first time Nolan had met her. And the mother said no, that she's very close with the family. She's always at the house. She's very close with them. And they don't believe that she did any foul play. And so why they tried to act like he just met her? That was the first time he was talking to her, and he kind of liked her. The parents and family were saying like that was his boo thing. Which he ain't supposed to be doing anyway, but neither here nor there. So I'm just putting it out there, some things to pay attention. But guys, this thing is all over the place. It's all over the place. And why? Because it's a bunch of shenanigans. It's a bunch of shenanigans, guys. Now, I wanted to play a couple of videos, guys. And, just to show, because I put up some clips and this and that. I wanted to show some of it, but I got to find it. And, guys, I'm not as prepared as that I would like to be. So give me a second and let me look for the videos, because I did shots, so you can hear what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see what this stuff is. I don't even know. I got a lot of little snippets. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, let me try to find it. Because you guys, you saw the black boule. So we know, and I'm going to just shout out again, rest in peace, Steve Coakley, because he's the one who really brought out the black boule years ago. And he has since passed away. And, I gave some information about that, and I forgot to mention about Steve Coakley, that I had talked to him because, I had mentioned, guys, that when I first woke up to the truth, and I was told you I was searching and searching, I was on the internet before I knew about being Israel, anything, I had ran across some of his videos, and I had contacted him and I got him on the phone and I told him that we were supposed to come out of her, my people, and get out of Babylon. And he was telling me, asking me questions like, why, and how do you know? And I didn't know at the time that Jordan was the safe place, so I couldn't tell him, Jordan. This is the first time I spoke to him on the phone, but I was letting him know that the Most High was calling us out of Babylon, and because of all the information that he was putting out. But a lot of our people don't be putting two and two together about come out of her, my people. So I had to, this is what the Most High put on my spirit. I've been talking about this since day one. Get out, get out, get out. And then he showed me Jordan. And so then I knew where to go. So, but I didn't tell you guys that at the end of his life, I think it's in 2012, I spoke to him again. I reached out to him again because I saw the video that he was in the hospital. And they tried to take him out. And he had said they was trying to kill him. And so I called him again, and he had just got I don't know if he was still in the hospital, but he woke up out of a coma. And I was digging on the internet, I got the number, and I got through to him. And I don't know if he was in the hospital still and getting ready to leave, because I think I spoke to him twice while he was in the hospital. And I was like, yeah, you need to get out. You need to get out. But he was really messed up at this point, disorientated, So I was like, you need to get out. Jordan is a safe place. Now I knew Jordan because this was in 2012. When I first spoke to him, it was in 2008, and it was before I left. I was looking, and I was telling him, you need to get out. And then I spoke to him, just come out of his coma. And he was more receptive, of course, because now he's all jacked up. He knew that they tried to kill him. So he was thinking, but he was just messed up and he was unsure. So then once I waited a couple of weeks after he, had come out of the coma, and then I called him again. And I said, listen, you need to get out of there. And he was saying he wanted to leave. Now, maybe this was about a month that he had come out of the hospital. I'm talking about Steve Coakley. He's the one who comes out with the black boule, and he knew about all the witchcraft, sorcery, how they have to pledge, to worship their gods. He came out with a lot of information. They had tried to take him out. He was out of the hospital about a month, and I talked to him again. And I was telling him, look, and he was definitely, trying to, grasp what I was saying and willing to come out. And then he was saying, well, he had to talk to his son, someone in his family he had to talk, because he had to figure out how. And then maybe 2 weeks or maybe a month later, he passed away. And I was like, Dad. And I was talking to him and I was telling him people would listen to you if you came out and if you know what I'm saying? Because he had such a great voice and, but he didn't make it. And I was so sad. I was like, wow, because he was receptive. He knew he needed to get up out of there because they had already tried to kill him. So, brothers and sisters, there's so many things that's happening. And, I always say, like, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on, and our people can't grasp the level because it's way above our grade, our pay grade. We don't understand how these people get down. We don't understand the lengths that they're willing to go through. We don't understand. But guys, you better grasp it really fast because this thing is not slowing down for no one. All these things are happening, one thing after another. You got to pay attention and start to move yourself and get yourself out of Babylon. Now, you may not come to Jordan first off. I don't see why you wouldn't. Because there's only one safe place. But of course, our people are so confused. Okay, you may feel like you need to go here first. Because, guys, this is serious business. And it's all about the Most High. We are coming to Jordan to worship AHAYAH and Yashaya, his son, through his son. That's why we're coming back here. So a lot of people, need to grasp that concept. And so that's why a lot of people will opt to go other places because they need to still get themselves together. And I understand that, I understand it. But please know that you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time. You must get out, get yourselves together, and get to Jordan. It's the safe place. It's only one safe place. Now you can go to other places and if the Most High will grant you some time, but you know what the scripture says. The scripture says, and I'll read it, but I'll just paraphrase right now until I find it. I was looking for some videos, y'all, but it says they will come out, but they will not make it into his holy land. So the Most High will bring out some people. People will come out. I see a lot of people leaving the comments. I'll get to your comments in a minute. You know, a lot of people will come out and they'll go to other places, but a lot of them won't make it into the Most High's holy land when we go back into Israel. Some things will happen. People will get cut off. You'll hear about people passing away because they refuse to get back under the Lord's statutes and commandments. They refuse to hear reason. Some people just be doing straight wickedness. You know, some people, you know, try to get themselves together faithfully. People, you know, realize they err against the Most High and really try to get themselves together. But a lot of people are not going to make it because they refuse to listen, they refuse to hear. A lot of people end up going back to Babylon because of, you know, they're not, you know, they refuse. They're hard-headed, stiff-neckedness will not allow them to bend, you know, and come to the Father in the right way. You know, they start calling other names. There's all kind of stuff be happening to people. And it all deals with spiritual things. When you're not right in the spirit, it reflects because you'll end up going against the Most High somehow, some way. You'll start calling on another name. You start picking up another doctrine. You'll do a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so let me just find that scripture real fast, just, you know, so people will know it. But it says that, what was the line I was talking about? If someone can remind me what the scripture I was talking about. But, okay, it'll come back to me. So let me look at some of you guys' comments and see what y'all talking about. Praise AHAYAH, Yashaya. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know they dogging me on the algorithm. Y'all see I get 5 views. I get 3 views. Sometimes 1 view. They don't even account my 1 view. They are really giving me a hard way to go on the algorithm, guys. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. So just even if you just say hello, it'll push the algorithm because that's what they don't want. They don't want this type of information to get out to our people. I'm saying Jordan is a safe place. Get out of Babylon. Get out of Babylon. So this is the truth they don't want our people to hear. Okay. Okay. So Dalen Speeman 4041, sorry. It's commenting a whole lot of comments. They tried, let me see, I'm sorry, let me put it up there. Not that I can read that. They're trying to bend space to bring a demon up in here. Yeah, they do this. It's caged with demons. It's caged with demons, y'all. It says they want to release, what's that, Loki, all bounded up in the abyss. This is what CERN is trying to do. Yes, and it is not. Yes, you're right, brother Dalen. And it's not they trying to do it; they're doing it. That's why the Most High said, "Come out." Exactly why? Because they are doing it. Hold on. I can't read that one. Okay. It says they want to open up the bottomless pit portals from other worlds to conquer normal people. Yes, this is what it is. Keep our people distracted, sitting still, you know, faddling with their spirits and their gods, and that's what this is all about. Look up low key. It he's bounded devil in chains. Listen, Nothing surprising me with these things. He said the bound devil, Kirby Stephens played before pages. The stone features a depiction of a bound home figure, sometimes theorized as the Norse deity Loki. Okay, but we're going to praise AHAYAH by Yashaya, and he says the same figure in the Simpsons movie that said, "Buy crypto suckers." Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're using everything. They are not holding back on nothing, brothers and sisters. And that's why you got to stay prayed up, put on the full armor of AHAYAH and Yashaya. That's why y'all always see me with my head covered, y'all. I hope the sisters are covering your head. Be girded up. Stay in your scriptures, and try your best to, fight until you get up out of there. You must get up out of there and protect yourself. And like I told you guys before, we will be going back into the Hebrew Bible, AHAYAH's Bible Book Club, praise AHAYAH. But I'm doing my 40 years in the wilderness music journey right now. So after it's done, I will be going back into the AHAYAH's Bible Book Club. We, get ready. So now I wanted to go into some other things. I wanted to talk about, because I ran across some information, brothers and sisters, and I wanted to show you. They are actually recruiting all the other nations to come to Babylon. They are recruiting them by giving them jobs, and they're giving them visas, permanent visas to work in all the fast food chains and restaurants and things like that. So I just want to show you what I ran across so that you guys understand. They're going to make sure our people don't have jobs. They're even allowing other people to come into Babylon, get permanent residencies and everything. And I witnessed this myself. I saw it, and I even talked to some of the people here in Jordan about it. And they have to pay for it, but they'll get a sponsor, they'll get a job, and all they have to do is fill out for it. Now, a lot of these nations, especially here in Jordan, we would like to believe that it's a very poor country. Hold on. We would like to believe it's a very poor country, but these people live very well. Even though they, the bank, how they get by is a lot of banking. They take out bank loans after bank loans, same kind of system in America. Credit cards, they don't do the credit card thing so much as they do bank loans for cars and homes and things like that. So it's a perpetual debtness as well. But they, so it's the same kind of thing. But a lot of these people, because they go to America and other places, they work and their families send home money back here. So they'll have businesses, gas stations, all this stuff, convenience stores, supermarkets, hotels. This is how they become rich in America. They get loans, they get help, and then they send money back here. They build their houses, they do well. Now sometimes there's a crab in the bucket situation as well, because I know a lot of them won't help certain other family members. Like some of them will get out. They'll either marry people in the States and this and that, and then, they don't really reach back like they should. In some cases, not all, but a lot of times they're sending money home, they're building their houses, they'll come back here and get married to a Jordanian, get their citizenship and move their whole family to America, all kind of stuff. They do. They get privileges to come to America. They get privileges. So I just want to tell you guys that so you'll see. Let me find this website. Give me a minute and I'll share it with you. But yeah, I just happened to run across it. I don't know what I was looking for, and I was like, oh, what's this? Sure enough, and also having with my WhatsApp. I can't log into my WhatsApp. They kicked me out of Facebook 2 years ago. I couldn't do my Facebook anymore. I had to open up a new one recently, but I don't even have time to like go on Facebook. But now Instagram, they hacked into my Instagram. I can't log in. It's just a mess, y'all. I'm constantly under attack. So here recently, I wasn't able to get into WhatsApp. And look, I'm trying right now, and it's not even open. So I forgot I was having that issue. I'm sorry, I'm not looking up because I'm looking at the computer, and this thing is kind of high up. But it's nothing I can do, but I don't want to mess it up. Everything is working right now, so I don't want to mess that up. Okay, so here it is. I got in. Let me look for this link so I can share it with you guys. Give me 1 second. But I just want to show you the lengths. You have proof, that I can actually show you somebody, how they solicit these other nations from people from other countries to come to Babylon to work. They give them free visas, they'll give them a job and everything so they can be comfortable. And then they're taking not that our people want to work fast food or, different things, but it's a job, you know what I'm saying? No, it won't be for us. They're bringing in the other nations. So they still got people coming in. I just wanted to bring that out. Maybe the Most High is really holding back the destruction because they're trying to lure people into America right now. And they're creating jobs. So let me find this link. I'll give it to you. I'll show you. See my page. See. Unbelievable. But all these privileges these other people get, now, living here in Jordan, guys, these people, they would die to come to America. All of them want to come to America. They all want to live in America. They love America because this is where they can make money, and living in a poor country, the minimum wage is very, very low. They don't make a lot of money here. So, America looks like heaven to them. This is all they think about. They want to come to America for that reason, because they can make money. But they don't understand what they have here. I mean, the family orientation is amazing. Everything is about family. The women sit home, take care of their kids. The men do mostly everything. They do the shopping. They go out to now it's getting a little more Americanized where, women are working and, things like that, especially if they're not married. But once they get married and stuff like that, and there are some two households. Okay, let me share. I'm going to share my screen. I found it. I got it. Some two household families where the woman is working and this and that. But for the majority, guys, it's very family orientated and, like extremely family orientated. The men do everything. They do the banking. It's not like how it is in America where, you train up your daughter to run errands. She goes to the store. She shops. She goes to the bank for the mother. She does everything. And the boys kind of just don't do nothing. It's the complete opposite here. The men do everything. They go shopping for the food. You barely see. It's all men, like in the stores. You see women here and there, and you see women. And a lot of times they're with their husbands, But the men take care of everything. They do everything. And if push come to shove, the woman will be with him, and the family will be with them. They have their family day. It's just amazing. That's one thing I love about Jordan, is that it's so family oriented. Even though I don't have Okay, guys. Yeah, I guess it's time because now everything's shut down. So, my internet, not my internet, but my camera shut off. I had to charge it. So, there was a few more things I did want to discuss, but I will try. I wanted to talk about the wilderness because y'all see, I recently I put my a picture of my tent. It was folded up, you know, and I talked about. I showed a video when I first got it, and I had it up, and I wanted to do a marathon video of the wilderness and things you would need. I hope that you are preparing to get up out of Babylon. Keep your stuff packed, and when you get out of Babylon, you start to prepare food, water, and the things that you need so that you can sustain yourself. Because, brothers and sisters, it's not going to stop. We're drawing closer, to what's going on. America, what they got going on, and it's not going to stop. But praise the higher, he's always holding back the wind. It seems like he's just giving out. He's so merciful. Praise the higher Bahashim Yashaya. He's so merciful and he's coming. He is merciful, y'all. Most High is not. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring this up. Give me one second. They keep coming to me and asking me, am I ready to order? So I think I need to order because I need to be getting ready. Have a blessed Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Um, Bless you, brothers and sisters. And I am. I wanted to do a marathon, but I can't even do that. But just know, guys, I was really trying to come on. My internet at the house was not working. I don't know what is that about, but they making it very hard for me. So I had to come out and sit in a coffee shop and to do this video. So I just want you guys to understand the stuff I have to go through, to come before you. It ain't easy. Yeah, I gotta be hustling. My goodness, it's not easy coming before you. I gotta be jumping through hoops. I had to, y'all gotta see. I got my microphone set up. I had, because nothing really works. I really be going through it. Trying to give y'all, praise to AHAYAH. I pray you have a blessed Shabbat. As we go into the Shabbat, please pray. I'm praying for you, Israel. I pray you get out, get out, get out. And again, I want to just say for those who may have not known, there are no sirens going off. There's no interception of missiles. I don't know. And I haven't heard one since June, beginning of June when they first started. There has been no missiles. Maybe once when I was down in Qadash, because I did go down to Qadash, and I heard something, a little scuffle down there, maybe one day, and then that was it. So I'm just, um, don't be dismayed, guys, and don't be deceived. This says believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Okay, because people Okay, guys. Yeah, hold on. This thing went out too, so but it's back. So I promised these people that I would do something for them, letting me stay here. Praise AHAYAH. Hold on. So it's back. I'm back up into the studio. Yeah. But let me just cut that off. Your feedback. Hold on. Okay, so praise the highest. So that's basically it, guys. I did want to do the wilderness stuff, but I'll just randomly put it up because I don't plan to stay here that long, and it's a couple of hours, you know. So, but thank you all for joining me. Praise the Yashaya, and let me see if I have the at least. Let me check about this video. I had a few videos I wanted to show, but I couldn't find. I couldn't find them. Because I kind of like ran out. I said I wanted to come on, and since I couldn't come on yesterday, really, guys, I told you I was trying for a long time, 2 hours, and it just wouldn't connect. And I told you I bought a brand new. This is brand new. I'm gonna show you. This is a brand new internet, guys. I just got it, and it would not work in my house for the life of me. I don't know why. All of a sudden, maybe I need a new computer because something ain't right. Even now, I'm having internet problems, and I'm on their server. I'm on the restaurant server, so that's why it's working. Because I came out to get on the server here, but it's not good, guys. You know, so please, I need your help in pushing my videos. That I have to get 1 view, 5 views, 10 views. It take a year to get like to 100 because they really messing me around in the algorithm. And I understand this is Esau's kingdom. They don't want to let y'all know where to go. They don't want the children of Israel to know anything. You understand? So I get it. What do we expect? Whatever you just want to do what you want to do. Yeah, you just want to do what you want to do. Oh, here, okay, I'm gonna play this. I got it. I'm gonna play my 10. If y'all didn't see that one already, I did a video on one of my channels. So hold on, guys. I found it. 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen with you all. I'm gonna put the video out. So I pray that you all are having you had a blessed week, and that you have a blessed Shabbat, guys. Usually I'm home by now. I'm still out, guys. But, thank you.
Yo, stop fronting and use your head.
Wake up. America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.
Imagine a nation, rich beyond imagination, overflowing with influence, power and pride. A land where the
See how this thing is hitting.
Wake up. America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.
Oh my goodness. Can y'all see it? You gotta make this screen. But that's my
Here, I
my
just wanted to
tent,
show you
guys.
guys. This is my tent. It's
And
right outside.
it's on top of a roof.
So I wanted to show you
Folded up.
guys. I did a big
But that's
video,
what I tell you,
major
best
video
believe,
about this that I'll link
it gets
at
too
the end
hectic.
of this. But I just
Girl
wanted
is
to
doing
show you
real
guys.
good.
It's wrapped up. I
That's
got
where
the
I'll
steel
be.
poles.
Praise
And
the
the
highest.
pictures
I
that
really-
you see next is what it looks like. The only thing is that they
So
don't
I
have
still
the steel
have my
poles. They just have the
tent,
sticks.
but I have to still pose, so it makes it
Preparing,
definitely more
guys.
stronger,
Keep
durable,
preparing.
and it lasts much longer. But this is
Keep
the
preparing.
AHAYAH tent, the Bedouin tent, and this is what I suggest. Everybody should have one, at least get one. And this is one of the reasons why you come out of Babylon early, and you get your things together, get what you need, so that that you're prepared and that you're not trying to run out at the last minute, you know, trying to get yourself together. So yeah, this is my tent, and I'll show you at the end of this video when they put it up for me, so you can see what it looks like. But I kind of like it was so close up, it wasn't even that. But this is a 3-hole tent, and praise the Yashaya. But I told you guys to please go and let's support each other with the GoFundMe so that we as a people can survive in the wilderness. Now, the reason why I'm showing you my tent is because I have tents, solar panels, I have the things that I need to make it in the wilderness. So what I'm asking is for us to come together for people who don't know what this money system is going to be. When you finally know that you need to get up out of Babylon, that we need to start preparing, getting the land, a place that is ours, what I'm saying? Because even though we may be moving here and there, and it may be so many of us, that one land will not do. At least we have something to start with. And so that's what it's really been all about. And the Most High sent me here for a reason. I know it, and it's to warn the children of Israel, tell you that there is a safe place to get out of America. It's going to fall. There's a lot of people who are working with the enemy. You see the hand signs. You see what they're doing. They're lying to the children of Israel, telling you, oh, don't go to Jordan, when this is the only place, Qadash. And I'll put in the description box of this video, Qadash. You can read the scriptures that go along. They can't dispute these scriptures. They cannot dispute these scriptures, y'all. So they can say, oh, this and oh, I told you this, because they see some skirmishes in Israel. But look, Israel is still standing. Even though they got all this stuff going on in Israel, Israel is still standing. Just like Jordan is still standing. So there can be some fallout, there can be war, but the Bible prophecy is that America will be utterly destroyed. That's the Bible prophecy. And ain't nobody really talking about that no more. They done, did a Jedi mind trick, and now they're talking about don't go to this place, don't go that way. But the Bible says, get out of her, my people. Come out of Babylon. Babylon will be destroyed by Iran, the Medes and the Persians, who are presently at war with America right now. So this is Bible prophecy. Don't let people lie to you. Okay, I give all glory, honor, and praise, and let me show you this video.
Bless the name of AHAYAH Bahasham Yashaya. Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Kana. Qadash. Okay, guys, I'm just giving you a brief introduction of me, about tent. I have a tent, and I just wanted to show you guys the tent so you can know, what your options are that you can buy.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Stag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. Revolution will not be televised.
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon!
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon!
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon!
A new tent, and I just wanted to show you guys the tent so you can know, what your options are that you can buy your tent and how much. Okay, and it was kind of windy outside, so I'm gonna voice over it because you can hardly hear me. But praise AHAYAH. This tent is the 3-hole tent. It's very big. It's huge, guys. Big rooms. and that you can have like these rooms, a room, a living room, bathroom, whatever. So I'll be this is like going to be a video series of me decorating my tent, guys, showing you like how you can decorate your tent, what you need to buy, and this and that. So I just wanted to give this brief introduction, and I'll put on the screen as the men are helping me. They're putting up the tent for me. Praise AHAYAH Yashaya for men. They are so helpful, and these men are so helpful. Praise AHAYAH. So they're helping me put up the tent. It's very heavy. It's a lot of work, and it took like 5 or 6 of them to do it. So I could have never done it. And I just praise AHAYAH. And, step by step, as I start to decorate it, I'll, bring you guys along with me. I hope you, come along with me on my series. And then I also will be starting the homestead, the GLCC homestead series, which I will be, like canning and making food. And, once I get everything together and I'm cooking and things outside and preparing. So guys, I just want you to have some incentive so that you can go on the website, Hebrewism.com, and see some of the things that you will need to get. Some of the things are in large quantities, but you can get the idea, as we start to prepare for the wilderness, nation building. I want you guys to go on the website and sign up to volunteer, show what your gifts and talent are, what you're willing to do, how you can help, how you can, lend to the nation, and what we can do, and, how as we come together. So I just wanted to kind of share this experience with you. It would be great as you guys are making your way out of Babylon, as you start to prepare and think along these lines. I know it isn't easy, guys, and I know it's not, something that you can really wrap your mind around, preparing for the wilderness. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of talk you to it. I think I could put them on the screen here as I talk, and then you can kind of like just see. But it's a lot of work, guys. It's nothing easy. But it's once also the men of the Most High start to come out and everybody's on the same page, and we can start to prepare for the wilderness. It's not easy, and like I said before in another video, 2 or 3 or 4 families can get together and get one tent, because it's huge. I mean, you don't need that much space, really. Guys, I've accumulated a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff. So, I kind of like need the space. All the stuff that I have to be able to put it somewhere. So, and I plan to like take my stuff with me. I got generators and solar panels and so I plan to take stuff with me. So the next thing I'm really going to have to work on is my transportation, like getting some kind of truck, so I can, get from place to place and go into different locations. And so that's something that I really, really, really have to get. I haven't had a car or truck here in Jordan. I was taking taxis all the time, But now I really know that I'm going to need transportation. I'm going to need a truck. So I bought a donkey. I did buy me a donkey. But I have to now, work on it. So let me just tell you this, which will roughly be about $1,010 $10 or something, dollars or something like that. Okay, and or $1,200. Okay, but they're huge, and so the tent is private JD for just to get the material to make the tent. JD was for the steel pole. I think I spent like 200 on the total, and it's a total difference on the type of pole I have this time from the first time I purchased. And I'll post a picture up so you can see it. I mean, it just looked a mess, but it was drooping and this and that. But for the time, it worked. But now this tent, now I got enough material to wrap around the whole tent, the whole four corners, and I will cut out a door and I will make windows. And you can, and add some extra things. So I'm going to bring you guys along as I do this whole thing, and so that you can get the process with me as well. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to do it as I prepare for the wilderness. This is part of my process, and everybody will have their own process, but I hope you guys check it out, share it, and so that people know we are going into the wilderness. That's what AHAYAH said, and that's what we're going to do. And it's best to prepare. That's all I talk about is preparation. Preparation is the key, because we have enough time to get it together, Israel. And you just gonna have to figure it out. We got to be proactive. We got to take the initiative. We have to build our nation and our kingdom. We have to prepare for the marriage of Yashaya is coming. Our bridegroom is coming, guys. So we have to prepare. And I would like to liken myself as the five wise virgins, not the other five. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. So I wanted to bring you guys in on the process and let you see what it takes and what it entails and what are some of your options and things like that. And that's why I basically put the website together, just to show you guys what you can do, what needs to be done, how we can go about doing it. It's not that hard. It's not impossible. We can do it, brothers and sisters. Praise AHAYAH Hashem Yashaya. He has made a way, and he has made a prepared place. He's prepared for us to do this. What we need, basically, so, and I just, I'm really it saddens me to have put out that information, about Elder Vakar buying that $750,000 home mansion, when you know how many tents we could have brought. You know how many tents that you can help brothers and sisters with $750,000? Oh my gosh. And not just one property. There's like 2 or 3, including the church that he bought. You know how much help it can be for the children of Israel? Try the math, 800 divided into $700,000. How many tents could we get with that? You understand? So, we must talk to the men of the Most High, and brothers need to really be standing up about this situation and forcing these people, because the only reason why they're getting away with it is because the children of Israel is not calling them to the carpet. That's the only reason why they keep on acting like everything is okay and everything is they're making videos like nothing is going on, because Israel is just sitting back being docile. But if you start pulling these brothers and elders and deacons and pulling them on to the carpet and be like, what's up? What's up with our money and what's up? Because this is supposed to be for the children of Israel, and there's only one safe place in the wilderness, and that's Jordan, and it's Qadash. And that's the wilderness of the people. So regardless of how people try to talk bad about Sister Connor and talk about this and talk about that, it's only one place to go, brothers and sisters. So, the cat is out the bag. Praise AHAYAH Hashem Yashaya. We know now how, and so let's get past that and come out of Babylon, and a lot of people, brothers and sisters really wanted to be against Sister Connor and say bad things until the listen. It's okay. I understand that the deception was really heavy, but let's get over it, people. Let's swallow the pride and let's prepare to come out of Babylon, because AHAYAH is calling his people to his holy mountain, because you must serve him. Praise AHAYAH. So preparation is a must. Let's get Hebrewism.com, Hebrewism spelled with a Z.com, and just look at, the pages on what it is that you need to get as you come out of Babylon. Try to get, if you don't want to come to Jordan per se, get to as close to Jordan as possible, because you don't want to be lugging a whole lot of stuff, and you don't want to wait to the last minute and then don't have anything. So you can go to the website, you can sign up to volunteer, so that we can see, who needs what you can do, how you can, help, how you can be a help to, other brothers and sisters. And let's do it, Israel. Roll up our sleeves and let's get to work. So, as you see how they're putting this thing together, and it's a lot of work. Like, I couldn't have done it. Praise AHAYAH for, the Most High providing men who would come and help me. You know what I'm saying? You see how merciful AHAYAH is? He will always, always send help. He will always provide every kind of way. I could not have survived all these years here in Jordan if it wasn't for the grace and mercy of AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya. He is a merciful power. He loves us, Israel. And so I just want to tell you that, so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And if you can make it, if we can make it in America, in the land of our captivity, under those hateful people, all that witchcraft and sorcery and wickedness, we can make it anyway, especially with AHAYAH by our side. He's so merciful, and he loves us so much. We are the apple of AHAYAH's eye. So it's just amazing, guys. And I'm so happy to be a part of this process. I'm so thankful to AHAYAH for all that he's done and all that he's doing. And I'm so grateful to be at this point. I've been always asking Mosai, when are we going to do this? And when is it going to be the time for this? And so finally is at the time for, wilderness, getting actually prepared. Because, I've been preparing for a long time, and I was able to buy some of the things that I needed, because I didn't come out with substance, guys. Like a lot of brothers and sisters, they can come out with substance, and that's a blessing if you can come out with substance. But I couldn't. I didn't have it, so I had to work, and I had to work my job. And, Most High provided me with a job. He made sure I was able to get what I needed, and I just made sure I got it. I didn't mess up the money. I tried to just make sure I got what I needed. So, and then, from time to time, I received help from brothers and sisters. It was AHAYAH who put, on people's heart to help. So I have to thank you, brothers and sisters, those who reached out and sent, things and to help me, get through this. I appreciate it, brothers and sisters. And, and if people find it in their heart now to want to send and donate, you see where this money is going. You see exactly where the money is going. It's towards preparation. And the more I can help, I will help. The more, if people can send in and they're willing to give and give, I can really help others. It's not even about me, because I've been able to make sure I got what I need. But, I can't really help, a million people or brothers and sisters who need to come out. But if you do your due diligence, AHAYAH will provide a way. And as long, if other brothers and sisters start to send and help, and, I can help lots. We can help all if it's possible. Praise AHAYAH. So, brothers and sisters, you see where your money is going. I'm able to now to get a tent. Eventually, I would like to get a truck, a car, some kind of transportation, so I can haul stuff around when it's time to go. Because in the days of Moses, they had camel and sheep and goats and donkeys and, wagons, but the men and women had wagons. But in these days, you can have a car in the desert. It's not far-fetched. A lot of people have cars here and they use them. They get these trucks, And I'm going to put the trucks, the Toyota trucks. Most of them have these Toyota trucks. And I'm going to put, that reminds me to put the type of trucks that they use here, the standard trucks, but you can have any kind of Jeep or 4x4, whatever you can afford, and you can use it, you can utilize it. So I told you guys I bought a donkey, that's just to start me. But they have camels, and you can use camels to travel. Put stuff on a camel. Camels are very strong. You can also make a wagon. You can have a van or a 4x4 in the wilderness. So, that's what I'm planning on getting, because I'm going to need it, because I have a lot of stuff, So, and when we'll be pilgrims and we'll be moving, you have to be able to pick up your stuff and move. So, like again, I think brothers and sisters should, link up together and come together and, try to build together and start to buy the things. All you have to do is go on the website. I put most of the information. And if you have any questions, you can send me an email. Either I told you travel@yahoo.com, and I'll put it in the description box, or from the Hebrewism website, you can send me a message. And for those who have sent messages, I will be replying. I was in the desert, so I didn't have, I wasn't able to, but I will get back to you. And any kind of questions you have, any information, just fill out the volunteer sheet and tell what your gifts and talents are, what you can do, what you can't do, and things like that, so we can get an idea. But as we come together as a nation, as we start to pull together, AHAYAH is going to bless it. AHAYAH is going to bless it. And I know that it's hard because Judah is so scattered, and we really don't know how to come together. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of bad things got to happen before people can come together. And it's unfortunate. But for those of you who are thinking of like along these same lines, we can start to come together now. We can pull our resources together. We can start to build. So this is just the beginning for me. I got my tent. This is my second tent, actually, but it's a better tent. And, I'm going to start to decorate it, and, and I'll bring you guys along so you can see exactly what I get and how things, can come together, and what you can get. And, don't be dismayed, children of Israel. Don't be worried, sisters. And I know, because a lot of sisters, they have children. They're worried about how they're going to make it, how. And the only thing I can say, brothers and sisters, is get out as fast as you can so you can start to prepare and adjust. If you prepared, there's nothing. The Most High can only help you and enhance you. It's when you come out unprepared. It's when you come out with nothing and running in with the clothes on your back type of situation. That's not the way to be. And especially if you have children. And I say this all the time. You understand? So, if you start to wrap your mind around it, I know, it seems so far-fetched or maybe even hard, but nothing is too hard for AHAYAH. Nothing. And this is what he said we would do. So, I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH. He is so merciful. He's so thankful. He's so loving and kind. And all we have to do is just keep his commandments. That's it. He's calling Israel out, and all he wants is us to worship him, to give him the glory, to give him our praise, to lift him up, proclaim him in the earth. We are his people. We are the apple of his eye, and he just wants, him to be the apple of our eyes. We have to love and praise him like he loves and praises us. He has chosen a people, and that's us. And he loves us, and he's going to make it 100% clear. If people don't know it now, they will know it. They will know who his chosen is in the earth, So we got to just lift him up and glorify him the same way, and even more so, because he's our power. Okay, so we got to praise him. Okay, so as you can see, this is the tent. It's being put up, and I'm so glad for this tent. It's a much sturdier tent than the first one I had, and it costs a little more, but it's It's the palm. And I also will be getting a canvas tent for my kitchen, and have a separate tent for that. I'm still gonna figure out how I'm gonna decorate and everything, but I'm gonna bring you guys along with me, sisters, so y'all can see, how it can be done. Because I get a lot of questions like how this and how that. Now, people are still working in Jordan as of now. There's jobs, but it's definitely not like it was. But it will definitely be harder to get a job. And so, but it's not impossible. And listen, with the Most High on your side, he can do anything. Anything. So don't forget to go to the website, check out my pages. I sell a lot of stuff. Also, if you want to submit some stuff on the website, there's a section, the hookup, that people, and there's a lot of work I have to do on the site. So I've been very, very busy, so I haven't been able to really go into it and do the things that I need to do, but it's up, and that's the first part. I'm so excited. And now I really will start doing the homestead, start cooking, preparing, out in the wilderness, and just preparing. So I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. I pray you're coming out of Israel. I pray you're coming out of Babylon, Israel. And I pray that you're making your way, travel safely, take care of yourself, get yourselves together, be fasting and praying. We need to fast, Israel. We have to fast. Keep fasting to the Most High, and, begging and pleading and fall on your face. If you don't know how you're going to come out, you have to go to him. He's the provider. He's our supplier. He's everything. Okay? So I pray I see you soon. Mwah. Love you, Israel. Be safe and, be blessed. I give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. Shalom.
ما تنزل صادق قبل ما صور دقرت خلينا نطمن هاي نازل البلاد رجعها يا زلمه ارجعها ودي ارجع الحين ما يرجع حرة وضرب بالله عليك والله لا يقول هذا مهندس ايوه خلاص
You need tools, yes.
فوقه ارفع يا عيني انا ضرب رباط نزل بس الشيخ لا تنزل حاله بنزل لا تنزل خل بحشك جوي يا جماعه فقعوا جوي قاعد خل بحشك جوي عريضة هاي مية سلطان هاي مي هاي مي صحي في مي وجهها بعيد
They put it in the ground so it will stay. Oh, so I don't have to worry about that.
هذا في الشجرة يا عم ولعنا أقول عم ولع هذا عشان نستظل يا زلمة ذبحنا الشوفة
كان they come with
ما
تبحش نزل تصريح والله يعني يا
أنا قاعد أبص عنك بلا ها
I'll go with the camera.
لا والله ودي والله ودي يا
This is the front.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Stag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. Revolution will not be televised.
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon.
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon.
It's televised. The whole world is watching, it's televised.
Get out of Babylon.
Praise AHAYAH, guys. Bless you. I'm going to play a song, but Shabbat Shalom. Get out of Babylon, guys. Love you guys. I have to look here. Okay? Shalom. Let's see what I have.
So bring there will be no night. Yashaya's righteous will light the sky according to his word. I see visions of streets of gold and precious stones and gates that's made of pearls. AHAYAH is standing with the Lamb, right by his side, a sea of white as they worship at his throne. I see visions of honeycombs and pleasant fruit and mountains drop down brand new wine. I wanna see my Savior. I'll ask him about his day. I'll ask him how he healed the sick, all the miracles, how he saved the world. I'll hear it from his mouth. I'll ask him all about his life, and I'll be amazed like I heard it the first time. Walking the street of golden glass, the wind blowing my fro. I'll be happy just to sing this song as I walk along the streets of Jerusalem. I'll sing ba 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 do di da do day, do di da do day, do do day, ba 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 do do day, do do day, do do day. I'll ask him all about his life, and I'll be amazed like I heard it the first time. Walking the street of open glass, the wind blowing my fro. I'll be happy just to sing this song as I walk along the streets of Jerusalem. I'll sing ba-boo day da doo da doo day, doo da doo day, da doo da day, ba 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 da da day, da 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 day, da 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 da. Babu bay da doo da doo day, doo da doo day, da 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 da. Babu bay day, doo da doo day, doo da doo day, babu bay day, doo da doo day, babu bay day.
his son. He died so I can live.
Yo, stop fronting and use your head.
Wake up. America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.
Imagine a nation, rich beyond imagination, overflowing with influence, power and pride. A land where the
Wake up. America is Babylon, and she will be destroyed. Revelation 18 says, come out of her, my people. You must leave now.